says we're live.
We are, and Ingrid is here. Hi, Ingrid.
Hi, Ingrid. Gotta get a little bit of art guard on here because I have a feeling it's going to be one of those days.
Yeah. Don't forget to start your other camera.
I just did that.
Okay,
So,
good.
You don't forget either.
Yep, I'm there. I'm just getting some paint out on my palette. See if I can see what I can do today. I've been kind of in la la land, not getting stuff done.
Yeah, I totally fell off the wagon and into my bed so that I could read.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to do the last few days.
So I'm going to work, because it's all about finding inspiration today. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Rennie. I'm going to work with the February mood board because that's one way we get inspiration is from things like that in our group is with the February mood board. And so I've pulled colors out for my palette based on what I'm seeing here in the mood board. And there's love and there's flowers and there's all that stuff. So that's where I'm headed. Where are you headed?
Well, the one way that I get inspiration very often, and I don't even really think about it, but I know that I do it, is at night or when I'm, just have nothing else to do. I look at Pinterest. And I have this one board that's really generic. It's called For Inspiration. And if you look through it, it goes in like cycles. Like I'll get really into something and I'll pin a lot of that for inspiration, and then you'll see like the next section down below is something else, and the next section is something else. And so this morning I went and I pulled off the last few things that I pinned. And I realized as I'm looking at them that they're all kind of the same. They all have these botanical shapes. A lot of them do, or some of them have more geometrical shapes, but they're in all these like pastel color combinations. And I'm really, really driven by color. Color is like my thing, right? And I noticed that everything I've been pinning has been in these pastel colors. And so I just printed off a sheet of some of them. Just, this is inspiration to me. And when I feel mad at the world and I just don't want to do anything like the last few days, this is a good way to start, is to look at some colors that I'm interested in. These pastels with these weird neutrals. And of course, there's a lot of abstract, but there's also a lot of like just real, barely there botanical looking things. And I know I'm really attached to seasons. And since spring has started and we've got a honeysuckle blooming in the back and stuff like that, this is kind of where I'm at. So I'm going to start with doing a little bit of gel printing because I want to get some papers that are in these really, really pastel colors. I have a few acrylics that are those colors, like this one, and I think I have a really pale blue, but most of my acrylic is going to be brighter colors that aren't already mixed with a pastel or with white to make it a pastel, or what they call a tint. Most of my colors are full color. So I've got a paper plate here and I'm mixing some of my colors with white, and then I'm going to gel print with them. This one is like kind of a minty green and a yellow, kind of a pale yellow.
Cool.
I've got a few stencils I haven't used yet, so I figured I'd use some of them.
Well, yeah. Hi, Barbara.
Okay, if you were phthalo blue and you mixed phthalo blue with really a lot of white, what color would you get? It's kind of where I'm going here. I finally found this dumb box of acrylics that I want to use up.
Yay.
Finally found it. It was hiding for like
good.
ever.
I'm glad they came out of hiding.
It was driving me nuts. It was just like I looked everywhere for them, and then I finally found them behind a bunch of other things that had similar boxes. And I'm like, oh, there they are.
Yeah.
How have you been behind there when I thought there was nothing there for so long? So I'm mixing this color, which is phthalo blue, which is a pretty dark, cool blue, in with a lot of white.
Very cool. Oh, that was punny, wasn't it? Very cool. Ha ha ha.
Haha.
Yeah, I'm mixing up my palette too, just so that I've got variations on the colors that I pulled from the mood board. And I'm just adding some black and white to those so that I've got my variations so that, you know, everything is congruous. It works together. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Congruous? When's the last time I used that word?
Not even sure.
Oh my goodness. All right.
And what I'm
So,
going to end up working on today is some, like I said, for the last 3 days, I've been off the wagon. And so I've got 3 little mini palettes here. I mean, canvases.
oh yeah.
And I'm going to work them together. I saw that these are little 4x4s, and I saw a frame on Amazon that it said it was for Instagram photos, because you know, Instagram photos, they come out as a square.
Yeah.
And it had 3 4x4s, and I thought, well, you could make 3 little canvases and put them in there and do like a triptych with a frame. It was like, of course, the dumb frame was like $29, but
Yeah.
still, it seemed like a good idea.
Yeah. So in addition to the paints that I just mixed, I pulled out a few other products because, you know, you never know what you're going to need. But I pulled out some things in my stash that go with this palette. So I have both Distress and Delusions and, you know, inks because I'm the ink queen. I love my inks. I pulled out some crayons in the same palette, you know. So I mean, it doesn't, if you don't have a particular paint or a particular product, you probably still have something in your color that you're looking for if you're like me. So I just, you know, I started swatching stuff to see what was going to work. And that's how I picked my stuff. Grown up word. Yeah, I know. It scared me. Oh my God. So this week, yeah, I've been under the weather a little bit. Had to go get the COVID shot. Been working on a bunch of other stuff, and so I've just been doing lap journaling. And you guys, if you've been following me on Instagram, you've been seeing my daily art there. Hi, Kelly from Tacoma. Yay. So anyway, so I've been doing, you know, like doodles, like this kind of stuff, just, you know, creating collage fodder. I don't know. If you haven't found me on Instagram, go check it out. This one is one I put in the group. I really overworked this one. I don't know what I, you know, whatever. And let's see. Where I was going to take you today. I had several thoughts. I have this small journal, which I work in. I also have, this is one of those diary ones that you guys have seen me working in. And one of the things that I've been doing this week is as I go through here, Michelle got me into the Elegant Writers this week too, in case you guys didn't know. And one of the things as I go through here is I start putting things down. Like I found Stephanie Bennett Henry this week on Instagram, and she has these great quotes. And so I'm putting some of her quotes in here just as reminders to myself. This one, you know, I was doing a cleanup in here. This one is killing me because these fish are so, yeah, flat. So I've got to come back in and do some work on them. But Yeah, this is the kind of doodling and nonsensical stuff I do. Here, I wrote some things are not important. Give yourself credit. Any fin is possible. Okay, so my whacked sense of humor was coming out that day. What can I say? But you can come back in and do this. This is one of those Gwen LaFleur stencils from Stencil Girl. And I might do something more on this page with the bubbles and stuff. I was just sitting and doodling in my lap for this, okay? This is the kind of stuff I do. Here, these are other doodle things I was doing this week. I had gel printed, and then I was taking pens and things and doodling through a stencil and just adding color with my pens. And one of the things that I found out this week, which I thought is really important and I should probably share with you guys ever have these gel pens that just don't want to write for you? I was talking to a friend, like these milky ones. I was having big trouble with these milky pens. They just did not want to flow.
They never work for me.
Now that one's working a little bit better, but still not really good. So the tip from my buddy was to whack the tip of your pen, just, whack it, and it somehow drops the ink down so that you get better ink. Because I had pens I wonder if it's still here. I had pens I was going to toss because I thought they were gone, and it was still full of ink. Yeah, here, this one. I was going to toss this pen because I couldn't get the ink to flow. So I was playing around with it. See, it's still not flowing well. Still not doing that. But she said, take it and tap it. Tap the end of it. And you can see when you tap, you get little teeny tiny dots. And then work it and it will start to flow. And I thought, well, what a good tip. I've never tried that before. So, and you can see I only used the bare minimum out of this pen. So there's a lot of ink in there. I don't want to just pitch it.
I have a brand new package of gel pens that I bought, milky gel pens, that have never worked from the minute I opened them. And I always try to blame it on Arizona because that's the only thing I can think of is why the damn things don't work. I've never had any luck at all with those.
Yeah, well, see, I was having issues too. That's one of the reasons I don't use pens a lot is because of them clogging up like that.
Yeah.
And so if I can get them to flow, you may be seeing more pens in my work. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you. They're so annoying.
Yeah, Barb says ink must dry out at the tip. I think you're right. And it must knock it loose and it must get it flowing again. It's just like if you've ever used dip pens, you know how the ink dries in the dip pens and you have to clean them out. Yeah. So anyway, so I've been working in my lap on things like this. These are just my calendar things and where I keep track of stuff, approaches to art, different things that I'm doing, notes to myself. Your style is a reflection of who you are. This one, spilling the tea, a daily cup of wisdom, having no destination, I am never lost. And, I was just doodling the owl and the little person here and, stuff that you do, right? And I was prepping for next week because this is my next page that I'll be doing. So I'll probably use this for whatever paint I've got left today and just put it down in here. The lady with the great quotes is Stephanie Bennett Henry. BENNETT-Henry, HENRY. And she is on Instagram under that name. So go check her out. They're very inspirational. to me, they're uplifting for people that are having bad days. So I would highly recommend her. I like to find stuff like that. So if you guys know of good quote places, by all means post them in the group because we want to know. It's all about, remember, 2021 is about building community. So be sure and post stuff in the group. All right.
Rennie's being funny. She says, good tip seems like a bad tip, and that's why you have to work it.
That's funny. Okay, so anyway, this was fun because all I was doing was taking those stencils. I have my small rings like this that I just take around with me. And so you can take a small stencil like this and you can doodle around it. So I mean, this is something you could take with you anywhere. You can stick it in a purse, whatever. And then I was taking gel pens. Let's see if I took this milky one. And I was taking the gel pens and then I was just doing the coloring in on the doodled stencil. One of those mindless things when you're sitting watching TV and you need something to do with your hands, this is a good way to keep busy, right?
I was doodling too. That's how come Peg was suddenly interested in the Elegant Rider because I was
Yes.
talking about the Elegant Rider the other day. But I've just been like taking these pieces of rice paper and just pens while I'm sitting in front of the television and making little doodles that I plan to use later for collage bits. Because really, I'm done pretending. I'm a collage artist. Let's just say it, okay? It's what I want to do. I just want to collage. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I do mixed media collage. That's just really what I like.
Nothing wrong with that. So are you guys all familiar with the Elegant Rider?
Yeah, you should show them that because maybe people haven't heard of that.
Yeah, these are, and I've got several colors. Originally, the only one that I could find was the black. And it divides out into a green and a pink, which I think is really cool. So like if you put, and they're meant for calligraphers. So you can do it on the flat and get a nice flat line like that, like a calligraphy line, or you can draw, your loops like so. And this is the black. That's just plain ink. But take a water brush and hit the edge of that, and it's going to bleed out. And it bleeds into these interesting colors depending on how you do it. Now, if I do this, it's kind of a green black color.
Strange pens.
And I think it's cool. I really like it. Okay, so there's didn't do a very good job of it, but there's the green black color. Okay, now let me rinse that out. If I come back, let me grab a sure, I don't have what I need right here, do I?
That would be too easy.
Here, I've got a rag. If I come back now and I go to the outside of this with my water, and I'm going to work that a little bit. And now I'm going to take my rag and I'm going to pick up that color with my rag. You're going to see those pink tones coming out, which is really cool because you're getting 3 colors out of one pen, right? Working that a little bit. Actually, this one's looking a little bit blue. Of course, my pens are older. Just saying.
Yeah, mine are super old.
Yeah.
And the only one I found was black, but I know I have others.
So that's the black pen. Then I found a set of colors, and it had blue, brown, and green. So these are going to bleed out differently than the black. So this is blue.
A little bit of that pattern in there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's there.
And this is green. And this one is brown. Brown.
Brown. Don't like it.
Well, let's see what it does in elegant writing.
Well, it might be nice in elegant writing. Who knows?
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bleed some of those out. Oh, that blue turns almost into a tealy tone.
Well, I like teal.
That's the blue. The green, oh, is all minty. Pretty mint. Mint green. Let's see if I get a different color if I pick it up out here on the end. Nope. Maybe a little pink on the blue. And the brown goes towards the red. Almost like a sepia, I'd say. Yeah, that's how they blend out. Yeah. So now you know. Now you know what you get with the color ones. But they're fun, you know, if you like to watercolor and bleed stuff out, I think they're kind of fun. Now, I need a sip of coffee and then I'll get back to where I was.
Okay, that's dry.
So another, okay, I was on this little journal here. Remember, I was going to work in this journal. And, you know, this is what I was doing in my lap, this stuff here, because, you know, we were bleeding things out, right? This is just one of those little small delusions journals. And I've worked in here before, you know, pick a stick in here. I've got stuff where I've cleaned things off, other pages, you know, so it's just a working journal for me. All right. In here, I was playing with this technique where we're bleeding things out. And so what I was doing was I was taking a Stabilo and okay, let's just do some line work. And we'll do
just a tab.
Circles. So you can see, you can just abstract it. You know, this is where Shell comes in. You know, she's influencing me on the abstract thing. So I'm thinking, well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do abstract here? So then what I do with that is, okay, I might want to create a dark area on the page here. So because it's Stabilo and it's going to bleed out, I'm going to take my water brush And I'm just going to, you know, get that Stabilo activated. Because this is like my design, my underpainting, all that stuff. Okay.
Oh, there's a neutral. Okay.
And you just work this, and this is something that you can do in front of the TV also. Trust me, I've done it.
She knows.
I know. I do this at night when, you know, when I have a 100 days project and I have to keep working, I do this at night in my lap. Is anybody else here doing the 100 days?
I don't know.
Hi, Andrea. Yeah, shout out if you are, because I definitely want to follow you if you're doing it. See what you're up to.
I know there's definitely people in the group who are doing it because I see them post their stuff.
Oops. Okay, so I'm getting a little wild there, but anyway, you guys get the idea. This is how you would begin. All right. So then you've got this, right? So then I've got my palette, which is inspired. You know, this is inspired by a number of different artists. One of which is Jody Old. Jody Old does this type of thing all the time. I actually have taken some classes with her. And yeah, if you're interested in seeing what she does, go check out Jody Old. That's OHL.
Yeah, she's cool. I like her.
Yeah.
I like her.
She also does, you know, last week we were talking about the quirky animals and stuff. She also does those along with Tamara Laporte and Carla Sondheim. And, you know, there's a number of different artists that do that sort of thing. Okay, so I've got my brushes, right? And now I want to start with that color palette that we've created. And I think I'm just going to start with my midtones. I'm going to start with my midtones here. I'm going to start with this yellow. I'm going to start painting out some of this. And then because I've already mixed some color, you know, you can get the lighter colors and do your shading.
Hey, don't stick. Definitely building up a collection of pastel-y ones now. Really like subdued colors for my collage later. Probably don't have a whole lot of time to sit here and gel print all day though. If I'm going to do anything else. I'm just using scraps of paper mostly. Like this was some type of a shipping instructions or something. Maybe some of that printing shows, maybe it doesn't. Who knows? Oh yeah, that's got a lot of texture now. See? Texture with that neutral is really cool.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
I like texture.
Yes.
Gives you something for your eye to look at.
It does. Guess I'm gonna just roll the rest of this off here. No, it's really a gray. It's gray now. And blue. Well, that's pretty interesting now. Just trying to get the rest of it. another stencil on there. Color mixing is fun. You could just spend the whole day just doing that.
Yep.
That there and see what it looks like. These weird lacy pattern things. Not really my thing, but I could see that that could be fun right there. That bit, you know. Oh, I picked it all up. I got it. That needs something else. How about this? I'll make a sandwich. See if I can't get that paint. I don't know why that paint all came up off the plate onto the stencil. I guess the stencil was thirsty. Never been used before. It's like, you give me some paint.
Yeah.
See, nothing came up. Well, that's weird. I guess it was just how tacky the paint was. I don't know. Anyway.
I ended up with a booger on my page here. It's driving me crazy.
Oh, look at the combination of that gray with the blue, though. That's pretty. Pretty pretty.
Get out, foul spot.
I've got a few more little pieces of paper, so I guess I'll keep going until let's see, what color haven't I done? Purple. Let's make a pale purple. How about that? How about violet? Oh, another one doesn't want to come out. These paints are old. It's because they were lost for so long. See if this is going to come out at all.
The lost is now found.
Oh, come on, a little bit. Oh, a little bit. Tiny bit. Really, I probably just need to pitch most of these right into the trash. And just call it good. Why do I still have orange? How much time has passed? I probably need to start working on something that's not paint mixing.
Well, I don't know. Is there a deadline?
Well, I mean, our show does end eventually.
Yeah. Oh, we were supposed to accomplish something today?
I don't know. I mean, in theory.
Too funny.
Just not as pale as I wanted it. Oh, this is super pale. Should we try some more of this weird lacy stuff? This is a stencil roll. Stencil from Club. And in Club, you kind of you don't really know what you're going to get till you get it.
You get what you get, and you don't pitch fit.
Yeah, and you can stop Club if you don't like what there is. But you have a few days to do that. It's very lacy.
But they usually have pretty good stencils. You know, it's just
Yeah, they do have interesting stencils, and they have ones that are coordinated with each other so well.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's what's nice, is you don't have to try to pick some stencils that go together. because usually the same artist has designed them all. Oh, that's interesting. I see that turned out interesting.
I think my favorite stencils from Stencil Girl are those ATC stencils.
Oh yeah, me too. I love it.
I mean, you know, I cut them up. I love them because I cut them up and I take these little things with me and I can use them anywhere for anything.
Yeah. I agree.
Barb says she's commitment phobic.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, now we're probably going to get as pale as I want. Picking this up with white.
Well, and it's been a tough year to commit to a lot of things. I was looking at, because now I've had both of my shots, I was looking at art events that are going on in 2021 and trying to figure out, is it okay? Should I sign up for something? Because, you know, I want to support these places that are doing stuff, but I also don't want to expose anybody or expose myself to anything. So I was looking out like into August to see what was happening. And I haven't committed to anything, but I'm thinking, you know, maybe by August, things might be safe enough that I could go take a class.
And then she was sending me the links. She's like, hey, you want to go? Hey.
I am an enabler. I'm sorry.
How did black get on there?
Well, it looked like fun.
Yeah, it
And
did.
I have been to this place before. It's small. They have, it's a beautiful area, and the plantings and things in August would just be gorgeous. They've got walkways through there, and it's wooded, and
Oh, that sounds so nice.
it's absolutely beautiful. And the classes, they've got these like World War II Quonset hut buildings that they teach the classes in.
Huh.
So it's kind of cool.
All right, let's use up the last of this, and then I better actually start working on something that looks like something, maybe. What happened to my wipey? What happened to it?
So what are you guys out there thinking? Are you guys thinking you're going to venture out in 2021? Have you had your vaccinations? Are you feeling any safer? What's going on in your life?
Fortunately, I don't think I'll be going out.
Well, all the states seem to be doing it a little bit differently. So, you know, it kind of depends on where you live as to what's going on.
My problem is that my husband can't get the vaccination because of his cancer treatment. And so even if I got it, and I do plan to get it as soon as I can, which I'm too young at this point to do it, which is like the only time I've ever said I'm too young for anything.
Yeah.
I mean, when does that happen, right?
Well, I'm not sure. It's kind of rare. For me, anyway.
But yeah, I just, I can't bring it back.
No, absolutely not.
So I just.
Well, which was a big surprise for me, you know, because I thought with Ron's cancer, he wasn't going to be eligible. And then the VA contacted us and said, oh, you want to come in for a shot? So,
I think it has to do with what oncologist you have. I mean, he could take the shot. It's just that he has to go off chemo. And if you did that, I mean, that's not good.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to go off chemo for, I mean, since you have to have 2 shots and he has to be off 2 weeks ahead, 2 weeks after, he would end up staying off chemo for quite a while. Oh, that one's neat. That one almost looks like a botanical. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are afraid of the vaccine, but I'm more afraid of the disease, you know?
Yeah.
And they develop vaccines for all kinds of viral
Well,
stuff all the time. So I had to put my faith in science because I've lost way too many of my friends to COVID this year.
okay, I've got all these pretty papers. I guess I mixed up a lot of purple.
And some of them are still fighting, you know? I just pray every day, you know, when I hear one of my friends that actually got out of the hospital or, you know. Eesh.
I guess I still need to clean that up. And get that off with a little bit of white, and then I'm gonna move on to something else.
I think I might want some more dark. I think I'll mix this one a little bit more. See if I can pull some of that.
Now we're talking. Yep.
But you know, everybody's got to make their choice. Everybody's got to make the right decision for them.
Absolutely. Yeah. You always have a choice what you're gonna do. So.
Yeah.
But I do plan to get the vaccination. I live with an 81-year-old and a 91-year-old here at the house, and both of them have gotten both their shots, and neither of them had any type of reaction other than just like a little bit of soreness on their arm, which, I mean, that happens with any vaccination. I got
Right.
the shingles vaccination. I couldn't lift my arm for a week. So
Yeah,
I had not the second one yet.
I had the flu vaccine earlier this year. This was no different than getting the flu vaccine.
Yeah.
It was fine.
All right. I got to get a clean baby wipe here. I'm trying to clean up some of this mess around here. I've got these little canvases. They each have a little layer of paint on them from the leftover paints that I was gel printing with. So that's a good start. All in the same colors. Except for this black, which I don't know where the black is coming from. I can't figure that out.
Oh, that's great, Barb. Glad to hear it.
Okay. Those are fun. Maybe I'll put them this way so that everyone can see kind of, I don't know, can you? I have very limited space here. All right, let's go back to my inspiration stuff. I see all these leaf things and these kind of, you know, I've been into these rounded rectangles a lot. That motif, rounded rectangles everywhere, mark making. I even ended up with kind of that same neutral right there. So let's make some botanical stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
that
I'm into botanicals. Go for it.
that plant outside was so nice. Did I show you guys all the prints or not? Not much to it, really. Just some different light light colors. I like that because it's, I put a layer of white over the top, kind of. It looks nice. Some blue, some green, some yellow, and I used stencils that had botanicals on them, like this
I
one.
love those.
So
Some of my favorite stencils.
that's just the ones that were on the ground, and this is just like an amalgamation of a lot of different stuff. But that'll be my collage fodder for my project. I think I'm gonna get a Jerry's maybe. This could probably use to be sharpened. I wonder if I have a sharpener fat enough for this pencil. You know? Maybe I do. Wow, look at that. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Cindy. I don't know if, did we say hi to everybody anyways? I don't know if we did.
I think I missed Peggy. She came in a little bit later.
Mm.
Hi, Peggy.
So what if I just wanted to make a connecting line across all three of those like that? You know? Make it a little crazy. Make some things coming off of it as if it was a plant, like my flowering plant outside. And maybe I could make some of these vaguely rounded shapey things, something like that. How about one right here? It's kind of fun. So those three could go together really well. I know you guys can only see like 2.5. So then I think I want to, what do I want to do next? I want to get some of the background just kind of calmed down a little bit. I think I'm going to actually, strangely enough, go with the water-based product, but I think this will be fun to just take this white and just kind of go around some of these backgrounds and just calm them down a little bit. Probably should do it with white acrylic since this is an acrylic, but I like being able to hold, you know? Does anybody like that besides me? Being able to hold something in my hand. It just makes me more happy to be able to like grasp it and scribble with it and be a little crazy. Maybe I will do it with a little bit of gesso too or something, but this is one of those King Art gel sticks that I got.
Yeah, I picked some of those up too. Tuesday Morning had them.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I got them, I don't know, last December, I think they had them at Tuesday Morning. And they were super cheap. So it's like, I think well, you know, because I do use these. And these are a mixture of the Marabou and the Ranger, you know.
Well, mine were a middle of the night purchase
on
Instagram. Because for one thing, we don't have Tuesday Morning anymore.
Yeah.
Closed due to COVID.
Well, ours
I don't go out,
too.
so
A lot of them closed.
Yeah.
But I was in, where was I? Oh, I think I was in, when I was in Florida, maybe? I went to a Tuesday Morning. I think that's what it was. It was when I was in Florida at my kid's place.
Well, I must still have some wet paint on there because I just got blued. I just got blued.
Not liking that color. I think I need to add a little more of the light pink. Then I mess it up. Okay, whatever.
You haven't messed up as bad as me. I'm doing 3 days worth of daily art in one day.
Well, I keep my mantra, mistakes are okay. Mistakes are okay.
They are. They have to be because we make them. We all make them.
And the good thing about this in mixed media, you just put another layer on. What's Seth say? One layer away from magic or something?
I don't know. Does he say that?
He says that all the time.
I believe him. He's right. All right, so that's kind of interesting. I don't know, isn't it? Kind of interesting.
So what do you guys think about, all the new craft and hobby industry stuff is coming out? What do you guys think about what's being offered this year? Anything that's got you excited or,
I'm not sure I've even seen anything. Has there been videos? I haven't even been paying
Oh yeah,
attention.
there's videos out, because
They're having a virtual.
They're releasing.
Isn't there something like a virtual CHA or something going
Oh,
on?
I don't know. Maybe. I just, if you start looking, you'll see things from the different designers that are coming out. I just like to see, what's your take on things this year, Not that I need a thing or that I will be buying anything.
I think you're on some type of a I'm not going to buy anything strike, aren't you?
No, I'm gonna use it up thing.
Oh, okay.
I really need to use what I have. I mean, if you really have to have something, fine. But do I really have to have something?
I probably do not. I probably want something if I saw it, maybe, but actually need to have it, probably not.
But I've got so much stuff, that just dries up. I have to use what is here or it's just wasted. And I feel so bad when products are wasted. It's like those pens. I thought I was going to have to toss those pens. Well, found out I can make them work.
I'm happy you found that out because I guess I'll grab mine out of the drawer again and see if I can't get them to start up.
Yeah, give it a try. See if it works for you. What are you out? Otherwise, you'd just be tossing them, right? So.
Yeah, because I just bought the dumb things and they should work.
Yeah.
Because I thought, oh, I'm going to be a doodler like my friends.
Oh, I'm so glad you're going to be a doodler.
Still not being good at doing the doodling. Even though I keep saying I'm going to do it. Although I did do that one night of doodling and I made all those interesting shapes.
Yeah.
So maybe I can do it.
Well, I'm not a doodler either, but I'm finding where some of the line artwork and all of that stuff is fitting into the things that I do.
Right. What do I want? I want
Rennie. Oh, that would be tempting.
40% off.
That would be tempting. Oh, what color do I want there? I think I'm going to go for the mixture again.
is kind of a cool bit of collage. Collage bit.
Oops.
It's pretty funny when they send you stuff and say, hey, look at this big discount because they know you're going to use it.
They got my number.
Yeah.
Well, you know, 40% is substantial. And if
It
I'm
is.
going to shop, that's when I want to shop, is when you got something like that.
I agree.
Because otherwise it's just way too much. Yeah, I'm with them there. I usually get more like a 5% coupon or $5 coupon or something. It's like, no, not enough to entice me. Sorry.
I did order myself a new jar of Liquitex matte gel media. I just don't know why I keep running out of that stuff. Huh.
Yeah, you are a paper gluer.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So now I want to put in some.
Everything's better with paper glued to it. That's what I think. That not already better? I glued some paper to it. Now it's better.
Where's my little brayer here? Got all this stuff, all this good stuff here. I'll let that go to waste.
My fingers are getting very sticky. Maybe it's because I'm sticking my fingers in glue. Can't imagine why that would make my fingers sticky. Okay, what can I do? Is there some greenish? Greenish. Let's try some greenish. So, yellowish. Is he going too loud? Can you guys hear him? I'm sure he's too much. He's downstairs and he's on the phone with work, and I can hear him all the way up here. He's like he's yelling. Is he deaf? Why does he have to? I mean, seriously, why does he have to yell at the phone? Are the other people deaf? I don't get it. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Stop talking so loudly.
Okay, so we're using that up. So set that aside to dry. And still got a little bit. That is bumpy. Lumpy bumpy. I don't know why that is.
I didn't do it.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely certain. That's not me.
Here's my big brush. There we go.
Oh, that's fine. Pink. I need pink. Where's the pink? No, I did already get pink.
Okay. I think got just the bare minimum left on here, so I can use this for collage. At a later date. So I've got my palette pretty much cleaned up. Dry clay. That sounds interesting. Well, have a good day, Michael Ann. Okay. Let's take some crayon.
things glued down. Some, oh, well, that was lovely. That piece of rag had a bunch of blue on it. Guess we're going with a little bit more blue. I didn't know Dollar Tree even had air dry clay. Haven't been
Dollar
to one.
Tree has just come out with a whole bunch of crafty stuff.
Really?
Yeah, they've got dyes and stencils and paints and adhesives, and I couldn't believe the amount of stuff. I went in, we've got a brand new Dollar Tree here, and they had all kinds of stickers and yeah, I mean, it was pretty insane to me, the amount of crafty stuff that they had. I suppose because people are stuck at home, they want
True.
something to do.
Definitely
And,
true.
you know, what do you buy for the kids? Well, you buy them something crafty to keep them busy, keep their little hands busy.
I wonder if I have any of these. Let's see. I need another paper plate that doesn't have, has a clean spot for me. I think I'm going to use some of these more pastel-y colors with white. How do you like them apples, huh?
I think that'll be all right.
Then I can have a permanent. See, even Posca pens can be blended together
Yeah.
to give you a more permanent thingy.
Cindy says her store did the same thing and she was in heaven. Cool. Oh, I don't know why, but these marabou lids are harder to get off. There we go. But the marabou is a little brighter yellow than the distress one, so I wanted to get a little bit of brightness in there. Just slight shade differences, you know.
It's like Naples yellow. I don't know if you guys can see, I'm making like little Posca pen ink puddles and then blending them together to make a lighter color. So I can blend some of this collagen foam. And you basically have what amounts to an acrylic ink. Which could be fun.
So where are you guys getting your inspirations from these days? You guys have good tips about what you're using? Share with us. I mean, we all know you guys are getting your inspiration from Portrait Sharing for sure.
Obviously. Got this gray colored pen, and I think I'm just gonna try to. I don't want to go black, because black would just.
Chris, that's a great idea. Just sitting outside with friends. It's a
Oh,
little
that's
cold to
so
sit outside here, but I would love to do that.
The other day was my mom's birthday, and a person that she was volunteering in her classroom for years here,
Mm-hmm.
she came by, and there's this, I don't know why this isn't coming out. There's this place in town, apparently a new bakery, or maybe it's been around, but everyone seems to be into it. It's called Nothing Bundt Cakes.
Oh, yes.
And she brought a bundt cake for my mom, like the size of a large. Maybe I squeeze it. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm like, this thing is not coming out. Anyway, she brought like the size of a large cupcake.
Yeah.
Like probably enough for 2 people, and I was just intending to go out and make sure, because they used the propane fireplace thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I went out just long enough to, supposedly, I thought I was, to set that up for them, but I ended up sitting outside
Yeah.
with them and talking, and it was so nice
Yeah.
to see somebody that's not the same. I mean, I love my family, but oh my gosh.
It's so different to have a different face. It's, yeah, I hear you. I just going to the doctor was refreshing because even though all I'm looking at is a bunch of masks.
Yeah, you can't even see anybody's face, but it's just nice to
Right.
get out of the house, see someone else.
Yeah. And those bundt cakes. Oh my gosh.
It was so moist. It was like so incredibly moist.
Yeah.
I had never heard of this place, but remember I was telling you that we went out for my husband's birthday, and we met with one of his friends, and his wife brought like a 12 pack of
Yeah.
little teeny tiny ones from that same place.
Yep.
There was like 3 different varieties, and it was just really yummy. And then just 2 days later, whatever, she comes up with it. So I guess Nothing Bundt Cakes is a thing.
It is. We've had them here for a number of years, and my kids in Chicago are the first ones that introduced me to them.
Uh-huh.
That was bad.
Bad children, bad.
That was really bad because boy, did I ever find something I liked. But they're super moist and they have wonderful flavor selection. And yeah, if you're in a hurry for a cake for a holiday or something,
Because I
or
always make all our cakes, and so I don't go seeking out,
Yeah.
a place to find a cake. Boy, they were good.
yeah,
I liked it. And the one that she brought was white chocolate raspberry.
oh yes,
So it had
oh
these little tart little raspberries in the batter,
uh-huh.
and then kind of like a white chocolate.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
I guess it was a buttercream, I guess, but it wasn't all over the cake. It's just like kind of on the top of the cake in little streams. It's really good.
yum.
And then the other box, they had red velvet, chocolate chip, and I think that same white chocolate raspberry in that one. I was like, that's really good.
Yeah. Well, the kids had a red velvet cake at their wedding.
Mm.
And so for their anniversary, I always try to send them red velvet cake.
All
So
right.
that was convenient because I could just order from that place.
So I guess then it's a chain. I didn't even realize it was a chain. It was just
Uh-huh.
something that they had. I thought maybe it was new to town or something. 'Cause now that I've heard of it, all of a sudden there's like all these advertisements on the Facebook and the Instagram, even though I haven't even searched and looked for it or anything. For some reason, I'm getting all these advertisements of it
Yeah.
now.
It's
So maybe it's
listening.
new.
It knows you're there.
I don't even know how it knows.
So Peggy's snapping beans. I can't believe that you guys have garden stuff already and we're still in snow.
Oh man, I was thinking I should go do my replace the stuff in my raised bed so that I could plant some tomatoes. I gotta get
Yeah,
one
I
of
gotta
the
get
kids to carry it.
arborvitae, or I dug out the hedge in back last fall because it was destroyed by the storms. And so I was gonna replant that whole hedgerow in arborvitae, but I gotta get them ordered. And I don't even know, with all the storms in the States these years, I don't even know if anybody's got plants. It might be the case of a low supply with all the damage to things. This just needs something. Maybe I need to bring in some more red.
Aren't you kind of against red a little bit?
No, it just isn't a go-to color for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's one of those things that I don't gravitate towards. I like it when I see it. Actually, I have a lot of red in my craft space because that's what they had for containers and things when I was out buying.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the choices, and so I ended up buying a lot of red things to put in this room. So I have a lot of red around me. So it's just different. I use a lot less purple than I do red, I think.
Well, I know you don't like purple. You're just not a fan of the best color ever. Don't know why.
Well, it just is not me. Everybody's got something that they gravitate towards more, I think.
Yep, definitely. Just like I'm always constantly complaining about how I don't like brown.
Well, that's, that's part
You
of our
gotta have it.
style.
But
It's
it doesn't mean
who we are.
Mm.
It's what makes us happy, makes us motivate. I know, right, Rennie? Cake. Kelly, what kind of cake are you going to have?
nothing bundt cakes.
I don't know. She's salivating now. We got her
Yeah.
going.
I just can't decide. Do I want
That one is just flat. What am I going to do with that?
How are we doing on time? Close to, oh, we've still got 10 minutes.
Whoops. Okay, didn't really want that. I just made a mess. Thank goodness for wipes.
True. You can save your bacon.
What happens if I throw something else in the mix? We'll just see. No, don't want that. Not quite getting the blend I'm after for some reason. Oh well. That happens. So all I'm doing is taking some of these distress colors and getting a little depth to, these are very flat the way they are now. And I just want to add some depth.
I'm gonna get out some more chopsticks or something. What do I want? Can I find a color? Maybe some on this side. How about that? Oh, that would work. I was obsessed with that color the other day, actually. Not sure.
Oh. Well. Oh dear. So once I get to this point, and we're getting towards the end of things, I, number one, need to find my lids so my crayons aren't drying out, because these do dry out if you leave the lid off of them. And got to put it on the right cap on the right color.
Do you? I'm not sure I always do it right.
Yeah, it does kind of remind you of something cellular, doesn't it? So then, now that we've got the base in there, I can come in and build some more of that cellular structure. Like if I want to do some pen work over the top of this.
Put these in something else.
Oops. Some of this is not dry enough yet. Yeah, that's still. All right, so that pen is not going to probably need a Posca or something that gel that'll work. Let's see. Yeah. So it's just layer process, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. Just adding, taking away, adding.
Mhm. And I can come in and color in between these and emphasize the little cellular stuff that they're talking about here. It's just a fun process to fiddle with, you know. Way to work things out on your lap when you're just, you know, maybe not feeling the best, sitting there watching a little YouTube, want something to keep your hands busy with, kind of day. You guys see that? I'm doing in there. And you can make this as elaborate or, you know, not as you wish. You know, it's up to you how far you want to take this. But you can see that there's lots of places that you can draw inspiration from.
That's pretty interesting. A few dots.
So there's a couple of housekeeping things I want to talk to you guys about. You know, we're going into the new month, and there'll be new prompts out there and available for you for Pick a Stick and the mood board. And we'll have a new hashtag for you for the month. So, you know, watch for that, and watch for the video hop that will be coming out on the 1st, because some of the AJOS artists are putting together a really nice hop for you guys. And I think
For me, she's breaking up. So if you guys can't hear.
You want to tell them about the hop?
Yeah, it's on March 1st. I think there's 10 participating Art Joy Sharing artists that all have videos for you. The theme is hashtag mixed media madness. So it's all obviously mixed media. And you guys should give them some love. Go to their channels, hop through everything, and say hi, and you know.
Yeah, and if you're not following them, you know, click on like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff that we do to help one another.
Yes.
So that's a about it from us today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you know, get inspired by some of the things that we do throughout the month. And we'll see you again next time, okay?
Bye-bye, guys.